What's up, YouTube land? It's your boy Anton, aka Dr. Mix-a-Lot. And this is another entry into the how-to guide of this program, where today we're going to be talking about building your website. Now, I'm not going to go through the nuts and bolts and mechanics of actually how to build it. Try to get as close as possible so you get the overall idea. But mainly the idea is to make sure that you have some sort of presence out there, in addition to your social media. Make sure that you have a website people can visit, they can find out about you, your service, and half of the things you'll probably be negotiating about anyway. At least it'll be present from there, where you can refer them to your policies, your guidelines, and how you do business, which saves a lot of frustration and time for people. And the jury is out. A lot of bartenders out there look at websites, same as resumes, where it's like, it's really not that important. I've been doing this for years without both, and it's really not a big deal. And that's fine if that works for you. For me personally, I can't tell you how much it's benefited me to have a website. And to be honest, I don't even think my website is that great. However, I've used it for 7 years, built it myself, not even very technically gifted, but was able to establish a presence for myself and put some really good content up there for my customers. And that helps attract other customers and also give you that air of credibility. And dovetailing with the resume, you can actually put your resume on the website, which is something else I'm going to show you with that. So again, at the end of the day, as long as you're drumming up business, do what you have to do. But I'm telling you, you'll be much better served if you have some sort of web presence and social media presence out there. You can't do enough to put your services out there. So with that, I'm going to give you a tour of my website. So let's begin. All right, so starting off, I'm just going to kind of give you a general tour of the website just to show you the kind of content I load up there. And then I'll go into the website editor that I use just to kind of give you the basics of how that one works. But I'm not going to go dive too deeply into that one. Don't want to keep it too technical. And also, it can eat up a lot of memory when you do that stuff. So I don't want the computer to run slow or anything during the demonstration. But anyway, what I'm going to go do is go to my website, drmixalot.com. And you can see here, very humble. I, again, built this website myself using the Wix website editor. And I've, again, been doing this for 7 years. And I think it's not the greatest website. And I think I'm a little overdue for a few years to actually get a good web designer. So if any of y'all can help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. But for the most part, it's been very functional, easy to create. And customers actually say they love my website. So that's even better. So really what you want to do is just create. Again, this is where pictures, like I've said in other videos, really come into play, because all you're trying to do is prove to people that you can do what you say you can do. And the best way to do that is to show a whole bunch of pictures of people having a great time. And that's pretty much 80% of the battle. So I usually try to put some general information on my homepage, just my logo here, a book today button to get you straight to where you need to do to go ahead and start booking, and just let them know that I'm alcohol awareness certified and I accept payment through different methods. We're proud to show that we were actually in an article by the Washington Party Bus here. So, just different stuff you can do to really promote yourself. And also, this is just a little kind of introductory statement about who I am, what I do, and what my general hourly wage is and what we can include. I also thought it was a good idea to put the different events we can do, of course, your social media here, and the experience I've done. And this is actually great because for those of you out there just getting started, I actually cherry picked all of these venues from when I was actually as a caterer before I even got into the freelance bartending business. So I actually use this again to kind of puff up my resume a little bit. And of course, I did all these events, so that's the truth. And you just want people to know what you're capable of. So I definitely, also try to put as many of my advertisement platforms as possible here, so you can check my different profiles out there. So again, you just want a home page to just kind of capture the essence of what you do, and then also as many links as possible to get people to that next step. So actually, one of the tabs is book today, and that's the next one I'm going to go to because I want them to book. So this is a page where I get kind of all my frequently asked questions out the way. This is where, where I call warm leads again, where customers are actually somewhat interested in getting some more information about this and want to pursue things further. So this way you can at least get their pertinent information. I make sure that I put all the information I need to get them a quote, and then I'll get it to them within 24 hours. Again, to give yourself kind of that leeway so people aren't just hanging on waiting for you to respond. Again, frequently asked questions, how much do you charge, deposits, bar tables, additional items, if you need help planning the event, so on and so forth. Basically, you want to just put any of those questions that you get frequently asked questions, like the name implies, that you get on a constant basis, that you want to just beat people to the punch. Hey, here's the deal. And then that way, that also makes things clear for your customers as well, in case there's any ambiguities about what you do. And if they have questions or are questioning you about any of your policies, you have a specific written place that's here. Hey, just check my website out if you need more details. And again, 70% of your negotiations is written somewhere before you guys even talk about things. So again, I really want to stress having frequently asked questions, terms and conditions in your contracts, having things down written where everybody can see it, you and your customers and your bartenders, really avoids a lot of ambiguities and potentially frustration with those types of things. Next, we'll go to my service rate. Again, this is where you tell your customers how you do what you do, a little more granular. So for me personally, we do events for $45 an hour with gratuity included, which includes all of these things. However, we do have a $180 flat rate for any shorter parties, to make sure that our bartenders' time isn't wasted and we can stay competitive enough to get them out there to show up to an event. So again, I won't go into all the details, but just stuff like that is very important to make sure that your guests know. We have a personal service guarantee here, some additional terms for bigger parties, and additional charges that apply in kind. We can bring extra items to the event, and you can list here what you're willing to bring. You may be able to bring more than what I list here. But again, that's up to you to let your customers know upfront what it is you do and how you operate. And again, our extra services are here listed in bold red, so there's no ambiguity on the prices. And that, again, is a very powerful tool when it comes to negotiating with customers. If you have this stuff listed, pre-thought out, again, I update my prices every year. So the more you plan things out ahead, the more leverage you will have with negotiating the right price for your customer, where you can command more dollars than they may give you if you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. So again, the power of a website, I cannot stress enough. It's definitely something you're going to want to add to your arsenal. I have a couple of other things here. I'm actually going to go into my freelance bartenders only part of this in another video. But another powerful things I have here is my testimonials. And actually, I'm probably really overdue to update some of these. But again, testimonials, as far as I'm concerned, is currency. And you will get so many more customers if you're able to prove that you and all your other teammates are able to do these parties, and that everybody had a, amazing, super accommodating, pleasant, great time with your bartenders, quality service. This is the stuff I like to see, and I like my customers to see in my website. So you want to make sure that you put that on display. I have a gallery again, pictures showing my accomplishments, my credentials, and that I know what I'm doing, and we can show you a good time. So again, just want to put yourself out there. And, as they say, selling isn't always telling. And this is a prime example of you selling yourself without having to say a single word. Your website and all your pictures do that for you. Again, something that can help with your credibility and status. I put my resume. In fact, I probably might need to update this, but for the most part, you make one, you really don't need to update it like that crazy. But it is nice to kind of just stay up on top of, what you've been certified in. If you have any new certifications or anything to add, just show that you have experience, you've worked at different places. And I even put my story here just for a personal side of, not just the bartender you're getting, but you're getting Anton, the guy that wants to do as well for your event as possible and make it as fun as possible. So you want to make sure that you put yourself on display like that as well. I also offer discounts to customers. Again, I advocate starting high and then trying to meet your customers in the middle. So you want to push what I've heard a term is the minimal plausible position, where your customers don't laugh you out or get insulted by the price that you start with, but you actually want to start as high as you possibly can for your customer to take you seriously, but to maybe negotiate your way down a little bit, whether they suggest it or you suggest it. Some customers, once I have them on the hook and they're balking at a price, hey, I can take this out for you being a first-time customer. Or if you offer a tip jar, that might help your event. If you have a business, or excuse me, if you allow me to bring your business cards to your event, that's something. And just different types of little giveaways you can give so you can meet your price that you want to work the event for without having to give away the farm altogether or walking away from the event when you have some negotiating room. And then again, terms and conditions. I put basically what I put in my contract right here. I'm sure no one reads this, but again, it's good to have it written down. And again, if they don't see it here on the website, they will see it in my contract. You better believe it, because this is where the rubber meets the road. And let me tell you, for personal experience, it will save you a lot of headaches in the future when you get into disputes with your customers and you really have to show them what it is you're responsible for and what you need to accommodate for if anything fell short. So again, very kind of taped together website. I'll show you how I taped it together, and it's through Wix. This is a very economical way. I probably pay maybe between like $15 and $20 a month to maintain this. They might have upped the ante a little bit since I've last checked the prices, but it's really not that much, anything that I noticed. And this is a great way to get a good start. Now, again, I'm really overdue for probably getting a webmaster. So you guys, if you have any tips in that area, please leave them in the comment section below. But this has gotten me through. And again, people say they love my site. And through here, this can really make your computer run slow. So I don't want to get too much into the thick of it, but this is how you can put it together. They have different, this is how you can kind of construct the menus and pages, different themes you can do, a lot of different things you can add from the app market, and a lot of bells and whistles that, quite frankly, I'm probably not taking advantage of enough. But it's a good way to make sure, again, you're keeping up with the times and that people are able to find you. Again, this is probably extra add-ons you can add for additional fees, but a really powerful platform of tools you can really use to dive into the numbers and really establish your online presence, which is absolutely essential in this 21st century business. So anyway, I hope that was helpful for you guys, just to give you a basic overlay of my website. Again, you just want to have some sort of web presence. It doesn't have to be fancy. Clearly, as you saw from mine's very taped together. And I would encourage you, if you have something in the budget, to go after a professional. By all means, do that. Again, I'm working part-time on a shoestring budget, just trying to get my 100 events a month or a year or so. And this website has worked for me swimmingly for like the last 7 years. So I really hope that at least is a proof of concept of your ability to put together even a mediocre website and have extraordinary results by getting yourself out there and showing people enough content to solve that credibility and trust issue of, is this somebody that can work my event? When you show them in pictures and testimonials and your professionalism of actually having a website, you really help narrow the gap between you and your customer in booking that lead. So again, I would encourage you, in addition to your social media presence, having a resume, any other written testimonials, make sure you have a website. It will definitely carry the day and help you get a lot more customers than you would otherwise, in my opinion. With that said, make sure you check out the other video on the Dr. Mix-a-Lot's marketing pack, where I go into an overview of the different templates that I use to help you run your business. So with that said, I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, make sure you click the like or subscribe button. It's your boy Anton, aka Dr. Mix-a-Lot, signing off. As always, happy mixing and cheers to unbeatable service.